Christieotaku, we're back with another video. We finally have him, the Izuku or Deku Resin from Revenge Studio. This bad boy was $27. I know it's been a little while since I said he was coming, but I'm excited. This was a resin. Again, I'm still new to resins. I don't know the best studios out there, but this Izuku was to me the best looking one out of everyone that I've seen. And Izuku is my favorite character from My Hero Academia. I'm not the biggest My Hero fan like I used to. I used to like watch all this stuff and read and everything. I fell off around like season, I think 3. But Izuku is always going to be my favorite. I love him to death. So I had to get something, and this was that thing. It's, I don't know if you can see on camera. I'm gonna lift it up. It's heavy but not crazy like the Aki we have here. But on the box it says dreams can become reality, and I love that. It's such a good like motivation. And on the sides here it says never stop trying, one for all. I'll show you guys a little better if I can lift them up. But I love it. You can see the illustration of the resin. And then we have the back, and it says, hold your head up high and plunge forward, Izuku Midoriya. I love that. He's such a good motivation. I love him. And then we have the other side here, which is save all the people you can, a true hero. And we have more Izuku illustration of the resin. This box is not the biggest. I would say it's around the same size of the Dilton Studios. I'm kind of far away because I wanted you guys to see the box. I'm trying to make these resin figure videos not so long. I want to get straight to the resin and straight to building. But he has a lot of parts. I did order the 1/6 scale of him. And I really wanted the 1/4, but I was really worried about the base because his base looked huge. And I'm kind of regretting not getting the 1/4. But either way, I'm so happy to have something of this. So yeah, let's get on with the unboxing. We have the first layer of pieces. I think you guys could see all that. That is a lot of stuff. Then we have a second layer of stuff. There's so many pieces. And then we have the last, and this is the base. Whoa. Let me bring you guys over. Alright guys, so I want to show you the base real quick. The base is honestly insane. This is the bottom of it. Revenge Studio Dark Izuku number 033 out of 150. And I love the illustration on the back. It looks so good. It is a weird shape. It's kind of like a... I wasn't expecting it to be like this, but we have My Hero Academia logo in the bottom of the base here. I think this is so badass looking. It's like the concrete, the path's all destroyed. Of course, you have the keyholes there, but just look. That is so cool. Izuku is just so cool. This is, again, one of my favorites. It's kind of hollow at the bottom. It's not too heavy. This is, of course, the heaviest piece, I think, out of everything, but I love it. It is so cool. It's I forgot to mention he does light up and he does come with batteries, so thank God for that. But let's get him all assembled. There are no instructions, so we're gonna figure this out here and now. I did see a YouTube video about him, so I'm gonna see if they actually showed how to put him together so we won't be here all day. So let's get him assembled. So these are all his pieces laid out. He has a lot of effect pieces. This is the bust that comes with it, a few other base pieces. These are all magnetic. These are all rain effects. Of course, the limited medallion that comes with it. We have 3 face plates. As you can tell, 2 are the same, but one has a lot more detail going on, as well as one does light up. We have 2 body pieces, a cape. This is that wall piece that goes on the side of the base, which is clearly like looking insane. We have another wall piece. We have his bottom half pieces. We have some fences, some arms, and a lot of effects. As you guys could tell, we have a lot to put together. So let's get started. I want to give you guys a closer look of this base. The water drop effect is honestly crazy. It looks really insane. You have to be careful though, it is really pointy, but honestly it's so cool. So first we put him on the base, his bottom half. Next is his torso. After that, we have his cape. The detail on his cape is really crazy. I love the ripple effects and I love how it easily slips on. It's so detailed. Next piece here is attaching his head. It is a bit tricky because you do have 2 pieces to stick together. Next, we have his arm pieces here. The detail on these are crazy insane. I love the effects that they put on them. The way that they make them look weathered and torn is very good. So this is the part that took me a little while. Izuku has a lot of different effects to attach to his backpack. That's where the keyholes are. So because there were no instructions, it did take me a while to figure out exactly where and which hole to put him into. I did watch a video like I said earlier, but they weren't very clear on where to put them. So I still had to guess and move things around. So I decided to fast forward for you guys to make this as easy as possible to watch. So again, he has a lot of different pieces going on and it's taking me a little bit to kind of find out where to go. So he has these 3 pieces on each side of the backpack, as well as 4 tiny ones that go around his leg and arm to show his effect. And honestly, the detail on these effects are crazy insane. They're all beautifully colored, all transparent, and once you find the right keyhole, they do fit in quite snug. Finding later on, I did put some things in the wrong spot, so you will see some stuff fall out. Alright guys, so as you know, we do have 2 separate pieces for the base. So you have this option here, which is like a rebel from the buildings, but the difference is there's no walls, as you saw earlier with the All Might thing. I personally like the All Might option there, but I love the detail. These are also pieces you had to put on the base, and you will have to put a water drop effect here, which I'll show you guys that in a sec. And I notice effects fall off Izuku really easily. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure I'm putting them in the right spots, because no other spots seem to fit it like other pieces. And I am watching a video for reference, so it looks like everything's in the right spot. But I just kind of want to show you guys that base. But we're gonna leave the All Might one, because that one to me looks a lot better. The next pieces we are attaching are a few effects that go on the base. We have some light poles here. We have 3 different ones, and they get more and more destroyed further down the base we get. They are a little tricky to put on, so you kind of have to push them down, but be careful because they are fragile pieces and you don't want to break them. This one is another pole, but as you can see, it's completely broken. We have to have it upside down like this, and then the other half of it is on this peg hole right here, which I love that effect. I love how ruined this city looks here. We also have some fencing we put along here. Now this took me a little while because I was very scared I would break something. The holes are very small and these pieces are again very fragile. You kind of have to wiggle them in and push them in very hard. At the same time, you can't put too much pressure because they will break. I feel like these are more PVC. They're not really resin material. They're really finicky, very flimsy. So kind of be careful. The holes on the base are very small too. I recommend doing this part without Izuku there so you could see a lot better than I did here. But again, I was following the instructions of the video, so I just went step by step what they did. We have another fence. This is the last one. Now this one took me again a little time. You have to align the fence very well with the holes on the base. They are really small, like I said. So I had to flip it around. I ended up putting it the wrong way, but the pole, the lightning pole, is supposed to be hanging off of the broken fence. So that's pretty much all the effects that come with Izuku, but let's go over his faceplate or headpiece. I love the detail on the lighting up one way more. As you can tell, it easily glows. I love that effect. It looks so cool, and it comes with an extra little headstand so you could put the other piece there to keep everything together. Again, this is pretty tricky. You have to put the hair piece first and then snap on the head mask. So let's see how it looks like in the dark. To be honest, Izuku looks like that sleep paralysis demon that you got in the corner of your room. But all in all, he looks absolutely fantastic. I love everything about this resin so much. Our boy Izuku is looking phenomenal, guys. Revenge Studio, again, this is a studio that I'd never heard of, don't know anything about them, but they have done a fantastic job with this resin for sure. The detail on this resin is phenomenal. I might say it's almost as good, or maybe just as good when it comes to shading and overall detail, than the Aki resin in the background. The fact that there's so much weathering and shading and like sculpting going on with, just look at his foot, like everything is such an amazing detail. I feel like they captured this manga scene extremely well, especially with this part with All Might reaching out on the back of the base. I feel like this was such a great way to capture this scene with All Might, and I love it so much. It's not too big. The wall is a bit smaller than Izuku, of course, but Revenge Studio has done a fantastic job. I definitely will be keeping an eye out on more of their resins that they release in the future, because overall, just again, the shadowing, the sculpting, just everything is so spot on to what Izuku had on in the manga. And just the overall, just again, I keep looking at just the weathering of it, because again, they had to make it dirty, they had to make it look, you know, destroyed, like he hasn't been home. Of course, this is him running away. So the fact that they were able to capture that with resin quality is very good. The only thing I could probably say nitpicky about this figure, or excuse me, this resin, is definitely the skin tone. You can't really see it much because of course he has the mask on and I don't have the other faceplate on, but where you see where it's ripped on his glove, the skin tone is very pale. It doesn't look more realistic in that tone. Maybe that's the point, because you know he's been out and about and he's not supposed to look very clean, but it's just, to me, it looks a little too white palish. But they did in those pieces, he does have like skin tore, he is bleeding, so it's a fantastic touch of detail. Revenge Studio has definitely won my heart with this. So the next piece we're going to go over is the bust that does come with the resin. This is honestly very big. I was not expecting to be this high. Most resins, like the Aki one, he's a lot smaller. But this one is very big. And I love how they has his name on the front. The detail, I'm telling you guys, the weathering effects, the rips, the tears, is, I can't speak highly enough of it. It is so amazing. You could clearly see the detail even on his backpack, how it's like falling apart. You could see the, like, it's the stitching of the backpack. It is such great detail. I don't know if Revenge Studio is that studio that's just known for this type of effects or these type of things, but I am so happy I got this resin. The skin tone on this bust is very good. It's not like I said earlier with his arms kind of that weird pale color. His face on this is a lot better. And I love how we have this kind of statue. I almost thought it was a Nemu, but it's not. I'm assuming it's just something. Again, I haven't read this far into the manga, so I can't say exactly what that is referencing. So apologies, that goes over my head. But even just this part looks honestly amazing, how he's gripping his cape and he has his mask pulled down. It's just, he has a lot of different expressions, a lot of different pieces, and everything that you see here is everything that came in that box. And I must say it is highly detailed, and to me this was definitely worth the price. He was a lot cheaper than the Aki resin that you see behind him. Again, this is the 1/6, so if I got the 1/4, he probably would have been the same or more, but I love this resin so much. Again, Resin Studio has clearly outdone themselves with this piece, and I am extremely happy and grateful to have this in my collection. Again, like I've said, I'm not the biggest My Hero fan, but Izuku is that character, again, that I love so much. I want to focus on getting characters that I really love when it comes to resins. But just like I said, the muscle shading, the shape, the sculpt, the weathering, the coloring, just everything is perfect with this resin. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.